Welcome to the Regency Publishers podcast. Today, we're excited to be visiting Maureen Solomon. Maureen is formerly a nurse from Jamaica. She now lives here in the States. Welcome to the Regency Publishers podcast. How are you today?
I am marvelous, and thank you so much for having me,
You're
Pam.
so welcome, darling. Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Certainly. I have been a nurse for 49 years, and I realized that conventional medicine was treating symptoms, and I felt there was a root cause to people's problems. And I also realized with the help of Louise Hay's book, there is definitely a body mind connection. And so I studied iridology, which taught me the difference between the body just having the body do whatever it does. It's always a thought and a feeling that causes whatever happens. So I teach people the body is like the earth, and your thoughts is like the seed that you plant in the earth, and the body manifests whatever it is that you're planting. And so happiness was a major important part of being healthy and accomplishing whatever your dreams are. So I taught people the importance of taking responsibility for their own happiness and not thinking it's by chance that you're happy. No, it's a creation that you create. And I always feel it's an inside job. It's not about what's happening to you on the
Right,
outside.
right.
Is what's happening to you on the inside, and you have everything to do with it.
I love that.
So,
Happiness is an inside job. That is your motto. How
yes,
lovely.
yes.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your book. Tell me why you wrote this book.
Well, I wrote this book because I felt that everybody deserved to be happy. And most people lack understanding when it comes to the fact that they're responsible for their happiness. They usually want to blame the government, they blame their parents, they blame everybody else except themselves. And when you point a finger, four comes back to you. So
Yes.
it's important to take responsibility for what you have created and say, look at what I created, but no judging, don't judge yourself. And then the question becomes, how would you like it to be? Do you like it the way it is? No. Well, how would you like it to be? And if you can just hold that vision in the present moment, because the present is all we have. We don't have tomorrow. Tomorrow is not promised. Yesterday's history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift, and that is why it's called the present. So I teach people how to focus on how they would like their life to be and hold that vision at least 3 times a day or more and act as if it is already done. And so the subconscious mind is what does the work, not your conscious mind.
Well,
Your
this is true.
conscious mind makes the choice, but your subconscious mind is the doer. And therefore, you have to be crystal clear on what you want, and you have no doubts, cannot have any doubts whatsoever. And the time manifestation is not up to you, it's up to the creator who brings it to pass. So, we have everything to do with co-creating our life.
Let's see the cover of that book, please. You have your book right there. Hold it up a little right in front of you, a little bit back, and let's see. Creating a happier you. Um, how I'm thank you. I want to know what made you decide to write this book. You've had this wonderful career as a nurse. You changed it up when you decided there was something more than just existing every day. Is that why, or did someone encourage you to write it? Had you been thinking about it?
No, actually, I had a very interesting experience when I had my first daughter. I was 27 years young, and I had asked questions to the universe. Why are we here? What is life all about? And those deep questions, I did ask those questions to my priest and different people that are, leaders. And I never was satisfied with the answer. So I asked the creator, himself or herself, as you might call it. And all the answers came when I had this child. I had toxemia of pregnancy and I almost died. My blood pressure was 220 over 110 and no medication worked. They tried everything, two different hospitals, Beth Israel Hospital, which is where I work, and Long Island Jewish. Nothing worked. The medication that they gave me literally affected the baby, and nobody knew that. So when nothing worked, my mom, who was a maternity nurse, and I'm a pediatric nurse, she said to me and my husband, take the baby out. You're young enough. I was 27. You're young enough to have another child. And usually a 7-month gestation baby is actually more viable than an 8-month-old. So they were trying to leave me as the incubator. I'm supposed to be there so her lungs could develop. Well, my mom said, take the baby out. So we did. During that surgery, I had an out of body experience. And during that experience, I was taken to another part of the world, which I would call heaven. And God actually showed me that I volunteered to come to help the earth. And I had a choice. I could either stay there, which was beautiful, or come back to this God-forsaken place that we know and live in. And even though the baby was only 3 pounds, she did not have the power to hold me. And even though I'm a pediatric nurse, she did not have the power to bring me back. But you know what did? My loyalty to humanity and to God. And I said, okay, I'll go back because I promised you, and I'm committed, and I will go back. I've never doubted my reason for being here again. And all the answers for life was given to me. Every question that I had asked at 13, 14, 15, I got all the answers at 27. And so that is what inspired me, because the truth is we all are one, and we are ignorant to that fact that God showed me that he only created himself, the air that we breathe, the earth that we live on, the animals, the trees, everything, the ocean is all one creation. And we're all one. And if people recognize that we're all one, they would never treat each other the way they do. So I teach people how great they are. So it's good news. So the reason I call it the Happier You Center is that no matter how happy you are now, when I'm finished with you, you are happier.
Happy. I love that. That's does your daughter realize that she was really the impetus for this inspiration?
She doesn't do, I don't think she does. She is now 44. That's how long I've had this dream, but my life changed then. I don't think she realized it, except I got sick. I had an open heart surgery and I got sick. And the doctor who was the infectious disease doctor, because the nurses did not change my dressing in time, and I developed MRSA. And this infectious doctor was so cold. And my daughter said, if Dr. Elsie, who is the surgeon, goes back in to clean out these bugs, flesh-eating bacteria, and he's not able to get all of them because he had done 2 surgeries already, what's going to happen? And he said, oh, if he tried once and he tried twice and he doesn't get all the bugs, we just cut off the leg. And the interesting thing is she cried, and she used the same thing I used to save her. The medication had caused her to have what you call a meconium plug. So as they were feeding her, because her lungs was fine, but as they were tube feeding her, her stomach kept getting bigger and bigger, but no stool was coming out. So they wanted to do an exploratory laparotomy on a 3-pound baby. She would have died. So what I did was I had a very interesting conversation with God. And I said, all the things that you showed me when I was on the other side, were they true? The answer said yes. And I said, but I don't know what to do. They're going to try to operate on this little baby. It's not going to work. And then I don't deserve to have my cesarean section. I have to deal with the evolution of the uterus. I got to deal with the breast. I said, and then I need to deal with another baby cut from the tits down to the belly button. No, no, no. I don't deserve that. And all of a sudden, I took a deep breath and I said, fix it.
Oh, we've lost your audio. Whoop, she's gone. Oh, goodness gracious. We were having such a lovely conversation. I'm going to just end it right now with Maureen Solomon. I'm going to invite her back to hear the rest of her story. But thank you for joining us here on the Regency podcast, Regency Publishers podcast. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a great day.